What is up, guys? We are facing tower defense on expert mode with Peter Parker Spider-Man. So first, let's shuffle up the encounter deck. And then with the main scheme setup, we have the Black Order Procedure engage with us. After he engages you, choose either do 1 damage to Avenger's Tower or do 2 damage to your identity. Let's do 1 damage to Avenger's Tower here. And then let's shuffle up the player deck. And then draw up to our hand size of 6. And let's see what we get. Okay, let's definitely keep Nick Fury and the energy here. And we can mulligan and discard these 3 cards and draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's use Peter Parker Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more resources for a total of 4, so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We're gonna pick the one to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then let's go ahead and flip over here to Spider-Man. And let's use this as 2 resources to play Black Cat. When Black Cat enters play, discard the top 2 cards of your deck and add each mental resources card to your hand, so we get Lady Spider to our hand here. Okay, and then let's see here. So we're gonna have Black Cat swing for 1 at the Black Order Procedure. She does 1 damage and she does not take consequential damage for attacks. Nick will swing for 2 to finish off this minion, and he will take a consequential damage, and this minion is defeated here. And then let's go ahead and use this as 3 resources to play a swinging web kick here. And we will hit Proxima Midnight for 8. That will bring her from 12 down to 4. And then Spider-Man will swing at her for 2 to bring her from 4 down to 2. That will end our turn, so let's ready back up. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is the villain's turn. Actually, before our turn ends, there's a force response on focus events. After the player phase ends, discard this card to the other main scheme. So we move this, or attach this card to the other main scheme. So we move this over here. Okay, and it is the villain's turn now. So adding 1 threat to each main scheme. Proxima Midnight is an active villain because of focus defense is on her main scheme. So when she attacks, choose either deal 1 damage to Avenger's Tower, or she gets +2 attack for the activation. So let's give her +2 attack. She's staying with a base of 5. Spider Sense activates. When a villain initiates an attack against you, draw 1 card. And then let's have Nick Fury defend. So she's sitting with a base of 5 plus a boost card here of 0. Nick Fury does not survive. And we get 1 face down encounter card, which is a minion here. When reviewed, discard 1 card at random from your hand. So we're gonna shuffle up our hand. And we are losing the web shooters here. Okay. Let's see. Can't really do too much. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this as 3 resources. So we can play Beat Cop down. Exhaust Beat Cop to move 1 threat from the scheme over to the Beat Cop. Let's go from this main scheme. Let's use this Beat Cop as a resource to play a Spider Tracer, and we're going to attach it to the Outrider here. Spider-Man is going to swing for 2 to finish off this minion. Whenever the attached minion is defeated, the Spider Tracer will activate. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. So let's get 3 off of this main scheme to clear this off. And then Black Cat will swing at Corvus Glaive for 1 to bring it from 11 down to 10. That'll end our turn, so let's ready back up. And then draw back up to our hand size of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is the villain's turn. First we move this over at the end of our turn. And then 1 threat to each main scheme. Corvus Glaive is now the active villain. He's going to attack us. After he makes an undefended attack with the we have to do 1 damage to Avenger's Tower for each boost icon discard from the top card of the encounter deck. So let's defend, so that doesn't happen. He's hitting with a base of 2, plus a boost card here of 0. We're blocking for 3, so we take no damage, and we get 1 face down encounter card, which is the Black Order Procedure. When he engages you, choose either do 1 damage to Avenger's Tower or do 2 damage to your identity. Let's do another damage to Avenger's Tower here. And it is back to our turn. Let's see here. Kind of want to go ahead and play Moon Girl. Okay, let's use this as a resource so we can play the Warrior of the Great Web. attached to a character with Spiderman style. Let's give the Spiderman. We gain the Web War trait, and when the Web War ally leads play, we get +1 attack until the end of the phase. Let's go ahead and flip over here to Peter Parker. Use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 2 more mental resources for a total of 3. So we can play Moon Girl. Play only if your identity has a champion or genius trait. We are a genius as Peter Parker. After you play Moon Girl from your hand, draw 1 card for each mental resource used to pay for it. Since we use 3, we're drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then let's go ahead and use this as 2 resources to play Ironheart. When she enters play from your hand, draw 1 card. So let's draw 1 more card. Let's put this down a little bit. Okay, let's see here. So we're gonna have Moon Girl and Black Cat swing for a total of 1, 2, 3 to finish off this minion. Moon Girl will take consequential damage. Let's exhaust Peacock to get 1 threat from this main scheme over to here, because this will be the active main scheme at the end of our phase because it's going to move up. And an Ironheart will swing at Corvus Glaive for 1 to bring her from 10 down to 9, and she will take a consequential damage. That will end our turn, so let's ready back up. And then let's discard the Enhanced Spider Sense here and draw it back up to our hand size of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it is the villain's turn now, so we move this over, and then adding 1 threat to each main scheme. Proximity Midnight's going to scheme with the base of 1, plus a boost card here of a boost effect. Add the other villain's scheme and attack to this activation. So 2 plus 1 is 3, so she's scheming for a total of 3 here. So this goes up to 4. And we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Rainfire. Do 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Okay, so Avenger's Tower now has 5 damage. And then whenever it hits 9, then we flip it over to the damage side. Okay, and it is back to our turn. So let's see, we can get down Agent Coast in here. Or do we want to just save the swing web kicks? Okay, let's have Moon Girl swing at Proximity Midnight for 2. That will bring her down to 0. And she won't be defeated with her effect if a Corvus Glaive has any hit points. So she's not defeated here yet. Moon Girl takes consequential damage and she is defeated. Okay, and then let's see, I think we don't want to play Coast in here. So let's go ahead and flip over to Spider-Man. And then let's go ahead and use this as 3 resources to play a swinging web kick. And we'll hit Corvus Glaive for 8. That will bring him from 9 down to 1. And then Black Cat here will swing for 1 to bring him down to 0. Since they are both defeated now, we can move them both to their final stages here. And they have these same effects with more scheme and more attack, I believe. So Corvus Glaive has 14 hit points. And then Proximity Midnight has 15 here. And if we can finish them off, then we can win the game. Okay, so let's have Spider-Man swing and hit Proximity Midnight for 2. That'll bring him from 15 down to 13. And then let's exhaust the Peacock to move 1 threat from this main scheme over to Peacock. And Peacock will now have 3 threat on here. That will end our turn, so let's ready back up. Keeping the swing web kick in our hand, drawing back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is villain's turn, so we move this over, and then adding 1 threat to each one of the main schemes. And then Corvus Glaive is going to attack us. So first, Spider-Sense will activate, so we can draw another card here. And then let's see, if he makes an undefended attack, so let's have Spider-Man defend. He's hitting with a base of 2, plus a boost card of 1 for a total of 3 damage. We're going to block all 3 and take no damage. Since the attack was defended, nothing will happen with his force response. We get 1 face down encounter card, which is Gang Up. The villain and each minion engage with your attack, so he's going to attack us again. Let's see, we could cancel it. I think that's okay. So let's draw a card with Spider Sense because he's attacking us. And then this would be his boost card of 2. Let's have Ironheart defend, so he doesn't activate his effect. So 2 plus 2 more for a total of 4 damage. Ironheart is defeated here. Okay, and it is back to our turn. Okay, let's see here. We want to get down the Vitri, I believe, and we want to play a swing web kick before we cycle the deck over. So I think the Vitri is not as important. Let's go ahead and use this as 3 resources, so we can play another swinging web kick, and we will hit Corvus Glaive for 8. That'll bring him from 14 down to 6 here. Okay. Next, let's play One Way or Another. Hero action. Search and counter for a side scheme and review that side scheme. So let's put out, let's see, is there any more? Okay, we can put out this one right here. City under attack. Hinder 1, so it's going to have 3 threat, and the player who defeats the scheme draws 1 card. So this will have 3 threat on here. And we can resolve One Way or Another and draw 3. So we're drawing 1, but we decked out, so we get a face down and counter card. And let's shuffle up the discard pile back into the deck. Okay, and then we're drawing 2 more cards here. So 1, 2. Okay, we got Moon Girl back again. Let me see. It's gonna go up to her, so it's gonna do 6 damage to Avenger's Tower if we flip over. So I think flipping is not the play right now. So let's use Moon Girl as a resource to put down our web shooters here. Let's have 3 web counters. And then let's use this as 3 resources when paying for a yellow card to play for victory here. Whenever he enters play, remove 1 threat from the scheme for each web war card we control. We have himself and the Spiderman because of the web life, the War of the Great Web, So we can get 2 threat off of this side scheme. Bring it down to 1. Exhaust Beacop to move 1 threat over. So now this is defeated. When this scheme is defeated, the player who defeats the scheme draws 1 card. So drawing a card, we got Ironheart here. Okay, let's see. So we could, it's at 4, this is at 4 as well. Let's just attack. So we're gonna have a victory swing at Corvus Glaive for 1 to bring it from 6 down to 5. We'll take a consequential damage. Black Cat will swing for another 1 to bring Corvus Glaive from 5 down to 4. That will end our turn, so let's ready back up. Let's keep Ironheart in our hand and draw back up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and got both those backflips again. Okay, and then we're moving this over to this main scheme. So it is the villain's turn, adding 1 to each one of the main schemes, so they're both at 5 now. And then Proxima is going to attack us. When she attacks, choose to either give her +2 attack or do a damage to Avenger Tower. Let's give her +2, so she has 5. Spider Sense activates, so we can draw another card. And then let's just take the attack. She's hitting with a base of 5 plus a boost card here of 2 more for a total of 7 damage. We will use a backflip here. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all that damage so we can jump out of the way. And then we get a face down encounter card for a total of 2 encounter cards. And the first one here is Proxima Spear, attached to Proxima Midnight. Her attacks gain overkill and piercing. Okay, and we take 1 damage and spend those 2 resources to discard this card for the hero action. Last encounter card, Rain Fire, deal 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. So Avenger's Tower takes 3 more damage. It's at 8 damage now. 1 more, and then it's gonna flip to its damage side. Okay, and then it is back to our turn here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and use, let's use this as 2 resources to play Ironheart. When she enters play from your hand, draw 1 card. Let's get another card here. And we don't have anything we can play. Okay, so let's see. We want to just do some damage. So Spiderman will swing for 2 at Corvus Glaive to bring him from 4 down to 2. Black Cat swings for 1 to bring him from 2 down to 1. And Ironheart swings for 1 to bring him from 1 down to 0. Ironheart will take a consequential damage. Next, let's see, they're both at 5, so let's exhaust Beacop to move 1 threat from this scheme over to here. So this house now has a 5 threat on the Beacop. And then Pavitri will thwart for 1 from the other one here. And then he will take a consequential damage because we don't want that to flip yet. That will end our turn, so let's ready back up. Let's discard Coulson and the Spider Tracer here. And then draw back up to our hand size. Actually, oh, we could have done this hero action. Yeah, okay, let's, no, it's okay, it's fine. We're in our turn, so we're gonna draw back up to our hands as a 5. Okay, and it is back to the villain's turn, so we move this over. Corvus Glaive is, let's see, first we add 1 threat to each one of the main schemes. Now Corvus Glaive attacks us, so let's draw a card with Spider Sense. And then, let's see, if the attack is undefended, then we deal 1 damage to Avenger's Tower. So let's see, we will defend. Let's have Ironheart defend this attack. It's hitting with a base of 2 plus a boost card here of 0. Ironheart is defeated. And then since we defended, nothing will happen with this force response. And we get one face down encounter card, which is direct assault attached to a villain who's not the active villain. So we give it to Proxima Midnight here. And next time she attacks, it gains range. And an attack defeats an ally, we do 3 damage to Avenger's Tower. Okay, but we do have a backflip here. Okay, and then it is back to our turn. Okay, so we can get down the Quinn carrier, I believe is the play. So let's use this as 3 resources. So we can play a Quinn carrier here. And then we don't even need, actually 1, 2, 8. I think we have the kill shot actually. So let's use, we can play the Web of Life Destiny here for free. So ignore this card's resource cost. If your identity has a Web War trait, we do have the Web War trait because of the War of the Great Web here. So we can play it for free. And when a Web War ally leaves play, we can draw 1 card. So Bavitri will swing at Proxima Midnight for 1 to bring her from 13 down to 12. He will take consequential damage and be defeated here. Whenever a Web War ally leaves play, we can draw 1 card with the Web of Life and Destiny's effect. Spiderman gets +1 attack because of the War of the Great Web's effect, so we're swinging for 3. That'll bring him from 12 down to 9. And then Black Cat will swing for 1 to bring from 9 down to 8. And then let's go ahead and use this as 3 resources. So we can play another swinging web kick, and we're gonna hit Proxima Midnight for another 8. And that will bring her down to 0. And whenever they are both at 0, we have successfully defended Avenger's Tower. And this is tower defense on expert mode.